Welcome, y'all, to this episode of Fargonauts. We're deviating from the super summer Star Wars of it all to discuss some Final Fantasy. I had a chance to play the demo of the new game. Remind me again? I'm so lost with all these numbers. This is
16.
This is 16. Okay, so in Final Fantasy 16, you play a character called Clive.
Clive?
Clive, and you'll see very soon that I had such a weird, I had a hard time calling him anything but Karen. This demo starts off super interesting. You have a Phoenix character and like an Ifrit summon kind of character, and they're just going at it. In this most
Going at it?
just an epic,
Like in a
fight.
sexy way or in a fighting way?
Fucking everything way, just obliterated. Just oh.
Oh, Jesus.
Have any of you seen stuff revolving around this game at all, Wilson?
No. I mean, well, I know stuff about this game. I just haven't specifically tried to watch a lot of it because I don't have a PS5, so I don't have the option to play it. But if that became an option, I might like to at some point.
It's
Nice.
I think it's coming out for everything else in what I heard November or December.
I don't know. When it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna try and get invested in it because who knows if that's actually gonna go through or not.
But yeah, I've only known that they have plans on it because the Final Fantasy 15 that you're playing, it's the Windows version. I think they're doing the same thing with this one. Just
No, I'm playing on the Xbox Series X. I don't know why it says it's the Windows version.
oh, okay, because that's what I've seen when you're playing it. I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
It's like
like I
Lord of
said,
the
I'm really
Rings.
just playing it for busy work. Because
Gotcha.
I recently got Final Fantasy III and Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo, so
Nice.
I'm waiting to dig into both of those. Well, Final Fantasy III is actually Final Fantasy VI, but
Is that the one with Terra?
yeah,
Okay, and Velka? What's his name again?
bunch of people. I've not played it before. I don't know.
Oh shit. Okay. It's got one of the
I played,
best
like,
sound bits or sound bites.
30, 45 minutes of it, like 6 times, but that's not very much of a fucking 60+ hour RPG.
Right. So this is just he was like remembering an event, I guess, from his past. This is our guy, Clive.
Clive?
Yeah. So these dudes are just kind of wandering around,
Being dudes.
just guys being dudes around a fire with tattoos on their face to mark them. And this is kind of an interesting thing because what I was thinking about this whole time, like these guys are branded with a mark. And I've been, Wilson and Broadshaw, you know, and I've been listening to the Way of Kings on audiobook, and there's the slave kind of soldiers in that are branded on them to signify what they are. And I was like, oh man, it's like, this is resonating a little bit with me because like, oh, I'm reading things based around these soldiers that are marked in a certain way. Maybe they're, I don't know, they have a history of being just slaves,
Branded.
and whatever else.
Like branding cattle and stuff, right?
That guy just pissed out his hand.
What? Hand piss?
Hand pissed right under the fire. So I'm just gonna skip ahead. They're basically overseeing a war or battle that's happening, and they're calling us Wyvern for some reason. And this is where you just get to learn some of the controls of the game. And here's the battle that's raging on.
Oh,
We're
dude.
we're following along. Our characters are kind of like routing around this battle.
Right. Chocobos?
We got some choky bowies.
I don't know why they need to use chocobos for war. Like, leave them out of that.
Yeah, right? It's not nice.
So that's this happening, and then our guys are like watching all that go down. And then there's, oh shit, what's this
Zernitra stronghold.
Zernitra. And this is where you learn about some of the people and the politics that are going on. Some side characters and things like that might come up later.
Nice
And
cinematography.
I got this chick smoking doobie.
Yeah.
Like we got the establishing shot of this castle with the saying where it was, not just cutting straight to it.
Right, so we actually have an understanding of like, this is where it's going down, okay. Meeting of the minds and token of the weeds.
Talking all the weeds.
The Delmex, we are understanding some intrigue here, and we got this beefcake boy here.
They're using proper nouns, so it's time to be confused.
Right.
Country name, person name, this thing, that thing, title. You're just sitting here like, yeah,
Sure.
This is definitely the start of a fucking RPG, isn't it?
Is this one of them fucking Final Fantasy games where it's like its own kind of universe too? It's not like part of an overarching one at all.
As far as I know,
Typically
it's its own
that's
thing.
the case. It's very rare that Final Fantasy games have any relation to the other games, unless
Yeah.
it's stated.
A really huge thing with Final Fantasy is in the early stages, like 1, 2, and whatever, it was all
Yep.
revolving around crystals, and like
Right.
that's a huge thing in a lot of the games. Some kind
Yeah,
of
it's kind of rare for them to not deal with them somehow.
so crystals are a huge thing, and I'm trying to think of other tropes from Final Fantasies. Summons.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Summons are
chocobos,
huge.
Moogles, white mages, black mages, just like politics.
There's always a guy
Kings.
named Sid or some shit in there.
Yeah,
Sid
there's
is always
there's a lot
in
of
there. Oh, Sid in this game is actually Ralph Ineson. I don't know if you guys know that guy's name, but he's like in the British office. He was Finchy. He's got that deep voice. You know, he's got that kind of
yeah.
like smoker voice. But he was also in. He's been in other stuff like the Green Knight. He was actually the voice of the Green Knight in that movie. He's been in The Witch. He was the
yeah, he's
dad
been in a
The
ton of
Witch.
stuff. It's funny when
yeah.
when he uses something other than like a UK accent.
I know.
Also, that man was
I know
way too
you.
big for that woman.
Exactly. So we're still Clive. We're running around with our dudes.
Ever since Final Fantasy VI, there have always been characters named Biggs and Wedge as Star Wars references, and I really like that.
Yep, that's funny.
That's funny.
Here we have some
Oh,
summons
Crystal's
happening.
good.
Yeah, this is
Look.
Shiva, the ice
Yeah,
summon,
this is fucking Shiva.
and we have Titan on one side. This is a great scene. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, Shiva looks like a badass."
Yeah, I like the way that they're using the summons in the story, how central they are to it.
In this story, yes, they have. I think this is the whole point of the game is based around summons.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw at the beginning, you saw a phoenix and like an ifrit. I think there's gonna be a story point with each of these summons because they talk about these things called the dominants. So
Yeah.
there's somebody that is controlling this Titan.
So
and
from what
they're
I
called
understand,
dominants.
yeah, from what I understand, there are people that can be born that can basically like become the summons or channel their power and like activate them.
Yes.
So this Shiva is a person, and that Titan is a person, and they are both dominants, and that's what gives their related political factions power. Is they're like they're living weapons of mass destruction. They're like, oh, well, we claim this territory because we have this giant guy who can punch you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. I like that.
Yeah, and I don't
instead
think
of
that's
just
been
being, like,
touched on really in
Spirits
other
to call
games.
upon
Yes.
for like one use in a battle or something. I like that they're tied in like that.
I like that this one looks more like high fantasy-ish too, because some of them, like, not all of them have been super high fantasy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I do. I like
Well, yeah,
the one
15 literally
Wilson's
had,
talking
like,
about.
cars
It has
and,
like robots and like
yeah.
mechs
Yeah.
and things like that. But this one, it goes back to its roots a little bit more.
Yeah.
With
I like that.
some of the soldiers, and like I know in the first game, or no, the fourth game, I think had I forgot his name, but he was like a dragoon. Like you called him, his character was a dragoon.
Cyrus?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 4's fun.
4 was really great. So this is just running around some of the battle that's happening. You can kind of see it. I try to find them fighting in the air.
I'm very much down for a political story told well if it involves fantasy.
Oh, you'll love
Right.
some of this demo, because I was super surprised by a lot of what was happening. We get kind of one of our dudes gets murked by a rock, and we get comatose a little bit.
Sick.
And then this happens 13 summers before all this, and this is where I was like, all right, Karen. Because this dude's hair, I was like, God damn. Let me speak to your manager right now.
I don't know that I've seen any for 16 specifically, but now that I'm seeing
And this
the
dude,
game itself, I would really, really like to see some Amano artwork for this.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Because every
Well,
time, like they had, I don't know that I saw very much of it for 15, but the title card of Final Fantasy 15 is done by him.
It's great. I
Right.
loved 15's
And, like,
cover.
That it starts as one thing with basically like a woman, but then when you
Sleeping.
beat the game, it
It fills out.
reveals another figure in that title, and it is a figure from the story. So you're like, holy snap, you know?
I know, and that's what kind of like it hit me hard when that part filled in. I was like, "Aw."
Yeah, me too.
Fucking Yoshitaka Amano like recently did a variant cover for a Sandman book that's out right now.
God,
Fucking tight.
That's cool.
It's pretty.
This is Clive.
Hey, Clive.
this is
AKA
Klein.
Karen. Looking like he's a little pompous rich boy. I think we're supposed to understand that he is a lord's son or a king's son, but a kind of like a son that didn't get the prophecy, I guess. And you find out like what that is. Like the firstborn son of the king was supposed to become the phoenix, they call it.
Okay.
And he did not become the phoenix, but his younger brother right here is the phoenix, and he has the power to cure and do all this other shit, all this other fun shit. His name's
Phoenix.
Josh.
Josh.
Yeah.
Josh and Clive. Huh?
And he's sick. He's a sickly boy.
Oh,
So-
does he have the royal disease?
Yeah, he's got the royal disease.
Because he's a ginger. He's
got-
royal and he's a ginger, so he's like doubly at risk
and he's got
for being sickly.
one ear pierced.
What was the fucking? Was it? What was it? Like Tsar Nicholas' kid. Fucking
My darling boy.
it's that little piece of shit. This little piece of
Oh,
shit kid.
indefatigable is a good word. Why is she holding her nose like he fucking stinks?
I'm thinking is that she does not want to infect her son with any kind of disease.
Well, then why did she just take her hand down? She's still in the same proximity that she just was to her son when she had her hand up.
She glanced over at Clive and was like, oh, I hate you.
My hatred burns away all bacteria around my face.
Lord Murdoch. Yes, your grace.
All his mail and armor. Because he's a postman with all that mail.
Yep.
Oh,
I got to deliver something, my lord. These dudes, exposition dudes right here, like, not everybody can become a phoenix. Thanks, exposition dudes.
thanks, dude.
So then we figure out, all right, the king
Somebody's
is
got chicken feet. Yep.
King's
That would
coming
be
in with chicken
hilarious
feet.
if the king just like was, it's like his bottom half had chicken feet, and everybody was still doing the bow to him and stuff.
Wow, looking great.
He's just half ostrich. Yes, yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord. They're all bowing.
Yes, your lord.
Yes, my liege. He starts like scratching at the ground and smashing his face into it, kind of pecking, and they're like,
Yes, yes, your grace.
"Oh,
Yes.
it's good to have him back. It's good. It gives me courage to have him within the walls." I love chocobos.
So cute.
They are. They're very cute, and their noises make me smile.
I do love riding them in 15. That's really fun. And jumping and fluttering a little bit.
Just the story of like the production and the events surrounding 15 is a really interesting tale in and of itself. 15,
Father.
15, I feel similarly about Final Fantasy 15. Like I feel the same way about that game that I do about the Flash.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Good bones, but what'd you do with the meat?
Right.
It does hit a
Where'd
weird
I meet at?
There's a weird
and what
point.
meat there is. What?
It's like you're eating a burger, and the first couple, thirds, the first 2/3 of the burger are like, oh, excellent, and then the burger turns into a hot dog.
Right.
You're like, I wasn't expecting that, but
It's
okay.
like eating a burger where it's built in a specific way where the first third of the burger that you eat is only bun and lettuce. Then you get to the second third, and then there's the patty. So you're like, okay, we're there, we're getting there. And by the final third, they've taken everything but the patty away.
Yeah.
Like they have to slice everything in thirds, kind of to build this fucking burger. And so by the end of it, you're like, everything was in there. All of the contents were present, but they weren't there for the whole thing. And like, what's going on?
This was not put together right.
Sunrise,
Yeah,
sunset.
That would be a fascinating deep dive to just talk about that shit.
Right.
Yeah, I remember liking a lot of the middle parts of 15.
It is kind of like
Arden, I don't really care for Arden. Arden's should have been in it way more than he was, because
For me to
he
be able
comes
to
in
like
way
him,
later,
yeah,
and I was like, okay.
I don't want to have to play a DLC and watch a movie and 2 episodes of a miniseries and like read a book to like a character.
I know, and you're supposed to feel for Arden a little bit.
Who's the main antagonist, you know?
Yep.
And
This guy has a scar on his face.
Surprising to me that we're getting a Final Fantasy XVI as early as we are.
Yeah, what between I forget what game it was. Maybe it was a 14? Wasn't there a long break between a couple games? A really long break?
12 and 15, probably.
Yeah, 12 and 15 was 13 and
Oh,
15.
yeah,
But then 15 was originally supposed to be like Final Fantasy versus 13.
Yeah.
And then that was a whole thing that was like planned and executed, and then changed that halfway. It's a whole story. And like even by the end of when they were putting out and they announced this is the very last DLC for Final Fantasy 15, they were like, we have a lot more stuff that we wanted to do that we just don't have time to if we're going to keep making games in this series in the future, and we can't keep wasting money because our sales aren't matching what we're spending on it.
Right.
So they were like, we either have to take a hiatus or like really look at our financials to be able to keep producing games at a consistent rate. Otherwise, it might be from this point when we're releasing the last DLC, which I don't know, was like 4 years ago, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look. They were like, it might be like 8 or 10 years before we can start looking at making another Final Fantasy game. So it's crazy that 16 is already happening, but it's good for them.
Wasn't one of them in, like an MMO? Was that 13?
There's two of them that
Both
were.
11 and 14 are MMOs.
Interesting.
But again, because like these games don't necessarily take place in the same timeline or universe or anything like that, they don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what format it is. It's just
Yeah.
using the same elements like crystals, these classes, chocobos. Yeah.
Yeah.
The magic system like is almost always the same, like cure, fire, and then it turns the higher levels are like Kiraga, Fireraga, Fireraja, and you get like a shorthand when you see somebody in like white robes with little red accents. You're like, oh, that's a white mage, and there's enough elements that are familiar.
Yeah, not fold over.
This foppy little ginger little brother, I'm gonna guess, is like supposed to be a
One with hemophilia.
Why does he have an earring? Why does he have a stupid earring if he's sick? Who does he think he looks cool for?
Be funny because if he did have, because the royal disease is hemophilia, so it's like it's trouble with clotting. So it's like his ears just bleeding constantly.
He's laying in bed already coughing up blood, and like he's been in that bed for 3 weeks straight. And he just turns to the healer next to him. He's like, I want to get my ear pierced. Coughing up blood.
What was some of? Isn't that a trope in some other media where it's like a character has a sickness, and they have just a dormant power in them that they need to release, and that's what's like. I forgot what that was. Maybe it was like in Superman Returns.
The jizz. What?
Superman Returns.
Do you remember that?
Clark, you're dying of cancer. I don't want to use my laser eyes.
Was that a part of that
son
movie?
Or whatever?
His son, yeah, his son was sick.
His son looked like really like
just like
frail and like
He had asthma. I remember the kid had asthma.
Oh, he's never gonna play sports. He's just a little frail boy, but then he's Superman's son.
And he throws a piano at a dude.
Yeah.
But
and
that
what
would make
else?
sense
What else
though,
did
because
they
like
do?
Cal
Just fucking
pure Kryptonian, and then you mix that blood with human. That might not stand up very well.
no. Yeah, you don't know. Fucking yeah, you just don't know. You just don't know if a kid could happen that way, right?
You don't know if it could happen that way, right? We're like two old men sitting on the rocking chairs in Metropolis, just like
Yep. Could you imagine
I
that?
don't know if one of them kids got happen right. You know?
We shut up when we hear when Superman flies by over. Yep.
He might be listening.
He walks by. It's like I can hear you, right? You're like, oh shit.
I heard everything you said. Uh huh.
It's just like it can work. What?
That really, I like the idea of like a Statler and Waldorf of the DC universe that theoretically live in any of these like Central City, Gotham City, and they just sit on their porch and razz their local superheroes. Why do they call him the Flash? I don't know. Why do they call him the Flash? Well, he never takes very long getting there. Better for us.
Oh, that'd be great.
So we're getting some political intrigue with the king having to go to this place, and he's bringing his son, Joshua, and his other son, Clive.
The hemophilia. Oh,
but
Clive just bring the hemophiliac, and I was like, come on.
Clive has it in his head that he's lesser now because he's not the Phoenix and he's not doing his family proud. So he became a shield of the Phoenix, and that's what this dude is. So they're off on their way after I go to bed, and then there's Josh's mom is talking to the king. And
are we gonna get a Rasputin analog in here?
That's Rodney.
Rodney Sputin?
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Rod.
Sounds like the whole Rasputin was brought in because of fucking their Tsar Nicholas's fucking shitty hemophiliac kid, Alexei.
This chick is probably the analog of Rasputin.
Or one of the reasons he brought out.
She has some devious schemes under her sleeve.
She's Rasputina?
Yep.
Hour of the fantasy.
Rasputa, that's what you call her.
Oh, gross.
She the one that was just fucking...
No, she wasn't jumping on that other big dude's bones.
That's way too big, not that guy? Not that lady?
No,
It's a different lady?
she's definitely scheming something behind the king.
Literally, she's placed behind him.
Yeah.
And then these two have a heart-to-heart, talking about the moon.
It's heart to heart to heart.
Like, it's all right. They're there. Bye-bye.
Overhand.
Oh, Troy.
I'll try.
I'll do my best.
I'll try not to be a ginger. Watch me try.
Pops a blood vessel on his forehead and dies because he's a hemophiliac.
He just keeps bleeding.
Yeah. His whole face starts just flowing purple.
Oh no, I think this has done it now. I think I'm done for.
Those regal ass chokes, dude.
Wait.
Yeah, blessing of the crystals. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Fucking open that gate!
Open the gate, baby!
Yeah, he's opening it!
I mean, honestly, if I was part of a military troop or something like that, and people just started getting hype in that way, just being like, "Yeah, fucking yeah, let's get it," and it was like appropriate for the moment, I'd be like, "Yeah," and join in.
Oh yeah, but
What? I'd kick over
Approved.
shit.
Approved private.
approved privates?
Yeah, these are approved privates right here.
These are approved privates.
The bare shoulders seems like a tactical no-no.
He's got bare shoulders?
This looks like fucking
Yeah.
Ashton Kutcher.
either that or I'm thinking of fuck, the dude from Chips.
Eric Estrada?
Yeah, it looks like Eric Estrada.
I said Eric Peralta. Wow, what's wrong with me?
So Tyler. It
Is
fits.
that you?
Yeah, it fits, I guess.
Tall ginger man?
Yep. All right,
One
so
of the
here we get into some co-op, or no, it's not co-op, but it's like party gameplay where you're playing with a couple dudes and you're gonna marsh. And
Just
you're
playing
gonna
with dudes.
Playing with a couple dudes, as you do in the marsh.
The
Yeah, just playing with a couple dudes in the
the
marsh.
combat in this game, I was super connecting with. It's pretty. At this point in the game, it's lackluster, but there is a side part of the game where you play as the older Clive and you have more in your arsenal. And I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of like Devil May Cry mixed with Final Fantasy
Devil May
style.
Clive?
Yeah, Devil May Clive.
Clive
Final
May
Fantasy.
Clive.
Devil May Clive.
I'm just gonna skip through to other parts. This is just going through these marshes and doing some quick time things.
Ah, good game.
Marshes, marshes, marshes.
Yeah. There's another thing coming up. Sneaky sods. Here we go. Some sneaky
Are
sods.
you being punked, Ashton?
Oi, goblin!
Hey, who does
Goblin
your
these
biking?
nuts, dude.
Goblin biker!
Let me ask you, who handles your banking?
Who enters your banking? Can I speak to your manager?
Could I speak to him, please?
Who's your goblin manager?
I just happen to have a few questions about my finances, if you would please. This looks interesting. I mean, like, it seems like something I'd want to try.
And
Yeah.
that was one.
You see at the bottom, if it shows up again, you see there's like highlighted things that you can do, but they're on like a recharge or buffer thing. And when you play as older Clive, you start learning some of the summon moves. So right now we have a Phoenix move, so we're using like a Phoenix wing to do like a little fire damage uppercut thing. But then you can seamlessly switch your Phoenix to like a Titan move set, and then switch Titan over to Yojimbo or another summon kind of thing. Sure. And you do different
Yojimbas?
Yeah, you do different moves based on those summons, and then they all have like a cooldown, and I think you can switch a magic based cooldown attack and then like a physical based attack that has a cooldown. So you can see the other ones recharging that I'm trying to use right now.
It
and
kind
then
of
there's
reminds
like
me of the Final Fantasy VII remake.
yeah. You had like moves that you could assign to different things. This one has like a perfect dodge thing that you can do, like you saw there. Where I had to press R1 at the right spot, and right there I didn't hit it. But if you time it just right, you do like a little, like that, and you can super damage him, precise takedown and things like that. And there's staggers. He's staggered right now, so I capitalize on that and kill him. And his name was Gigas. So we'll continue on a little bit more. We're chasing this goblin banker with his hornor.
Oi, Goblin Hornor!
This ends tonight. I need
Goblin
to speak to
blower.
the manager before
Blower.
I go.
Just starts ripping some sick bird land, and he's getting sweaty up there. Looks like he's gonna have a heart attack.
That's a face only a mother could.
Oh, it's a Marlboro.
It's got some
a
classic
big
music
piranha
playing
plant.
too.
Nice, that looks awesome. Yeah. This is the kind of thing I like. Classic.
And it has some of the classic music too. But or like symphonies jazzed up,
I want to see,
So play for the pooper.
commentaries in this game.
I'm sure there will be. And
I gotta
Cactuars.
imagine that there's gonna be if there's stuff like this and the summons, etc. They're definitely like not shy about digging into the classic like monster manual that they got.
I'm just gonna skip a little bit further ahead, and we're doing like
I was like, what?
cinematic strikes.
So I had mentioned that I was watching the show The Rookie.
The show yes, with Nathan Fillion, right?
Yeah. There was just a moment in the episode I was watching where he has like a fist fight with a bad guy that he's beaten down. He wins the fight, and when the guy's on the ground, he's up above him, and he just says, "I win," and it reminded me so much of Mayor Vaughn. Just being, "I win."
I was dying laughing reading that, by the way, today. I was like, oh my God. Because after, it was last night that I was finishing up the Jaws edit. And yes, I was just like, that whole sequence of us going, mine, my gun, my bullets. Like everything was his, like my bullets, my kids. Just taking Cheap Brody's kids for his own, being like, my kids now.
My kids.
My kids. My lookout tower.
I was thinking, that's popped
My
into my
shirt.
head randomly a couple times, and I just started giggling.
The part that got me though was that part where it was my face, my mirror. Like right when he wakes up.
Yeah.
My face.
That was like, that was,
My mirror.
oof,
First thing he does in the
so
morning.
good.
I had to, cook a little bit with that. And there was one iteration where it was talking about he would go to, because I kept telling it like, okay, that was great, but could you change the story so that he's more possessive and that he's always saying mine and my, and he really takes it too far.
Yeah.
Right.
There was one where he would go to the beach and he would just point at what people had or any random thing he saw on the beach, and he would just be walking around and muttering, "My show, my hot dog, my umbrella."
My hot dog.
Really tickled me, like thinking about like a Rain Man, Mayor Vaughn on the beach. Just, my beach.
I love it. So we killed the mole ball, and it dies.
Hey, Marvel, it's been a goblin biker.
My lord. No, that's for pissing. Oh.
Oh,
So that was the big battle of this demo, I think, to feature as far as the story goes.
Is this just the demo?
This is still the demo.
Yeah,
I wasn't
that's
like...
just-
The demo goes through just this opening sequence, I think. It's like early on to understand your character and the motivations of some of the other side stuff. And then there's an additional thing that happens after you beat the demo. It's like, oh, now you can play this little sequence called Icon. I think the summons in this are called icons, and I think that's interchangeable with other IP or like this IP.
Yeah, they've used that word before in Eidolons and other things like that for summons, etc.
So yeah, you do this kind of icon challenge, it's called, where you just are Clive and you have like 3 other icons in your arsenal that you can just fight some character with. That I don't feature in this gameplay footage, but I have done, and it's super interesting. And you get a better sense of the combat system, and you meet Sid, who is actually called Sidolphus, voiced by Ralph Ineson. But yeah, there's this is kind of like a Game of Thrones-y setup here, where these guys are all happy and being merry with each other. And everybody's like, yeah, let's freaking dance. Let's sing the songs of our people.
party.
And fucking get down. And Josh was like, fuck this, dude. I'll let them just chill. And it turns out the dog, Torgal, followed us. And the Torgal's just hanging out there on the stoop with Joshua and Clive.
Always got to be as stupid.
And yep, here's where another inciting incident happens, where the dudes roll up and they're like, "Yo, we got some more ale for you. Some party shit going down, dude.
Hey, we come bearing, blessed tidings.
We
and
brought
whatnot.
the za, dude."
What's the tidings, though?
We thought that maybe we could join your steez. I don't know.
So some joint steezery, then.
You got some steez. I think we got some steez to add to that. What you think about that? Make a little slaw, make a little sluiski?
Little stee slotted?
Yeah.
Stee slossadingo, bro?
I think we can mix it up. You seem pretty rad.
Ew.
You seem like a straight up dip dap that I'd like to slip slap.
Oh, slit.
Yes, just stand there.
Just ask
Oh,
questions.
What in the?
What in the
Ask another
heck?
question. Ask another question.
That's another question. See, like a poor chocobo shouldn't be submitted to that kind of violence.
No, you should just be having a good time somewhere.
He just needs Yashel greens and a wide open field so he can quack and
Oh, what a salute.
here comes the postal brigade.
Mail's here.
Mail's here.
Hey, looking for a Nancy.
So we wake up as Joshua.
Yes.
Little Yeshua. As if that's
This little boy.
yeah.
It's Wade.
What day?
Half the castle.
Well,
Very well.
So now we play as Joshua, and he's kind of a little badass, I think. He's friggin' coughing his lungs out, but he's got some cool moves. Lights a little beacon of fire to light the way.
Happens when you're fucking inbred as shit, you know.
I'm very sick, sir.
I don't know who my mother is. What's purple?
I don't know who my mother is. Who's purple? Is my mother purple?
Oh, like this. These stairs remind me of roast beef. It's dark
On my
down
way,
here. I'm
Wade.
dark.
Everything's on fire. Yep, just say what you see.
This fire smells like music.
He's like, did I do that?
Oh, it's very cold.
Well,
Sounds
every
nice,
time he gets winded, like Baby Yoda, he's like,
Ah, shit. God damn it. Throwing fireballs is hard work.
Don't compare this little piece of shit to my little baby boy.
I got hit by a vampire.
I got bit by a vampire. I got bit by fire. So he does kamehamehas.
Oh, Kiraga. Nice.
Da-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-ba-da.
They're all outlaws.
So we play as him for a good while, and then we find Tyler.
Oh no!
Give him a hug. That'll help.
Tell him your favorite Terminator line.
Oh, use your Karaga.
What's your favorite Terminator line?
I'll be back.
Oh,
You can say to him, "You're dead, honey." Snap your gum.
I don't like kids touching me like this. Get them away.
I don't like when you hear me. Stop it. Feels like pee-pee going into me.
Quit pissing on me, kid.
I feel the pee in my blood.
Can I speak to your manager? Mr. Manager. You're Clive. Here come other homies.
I think you want to call him his hominess.
His domicile.
His three-stall garage. Oh no, burning, falling fire. Clive's a little freak, isn't he? Going straight for the rear gate.
Yeah.
Bringing his brother along with him, too.
Got that friskiness in him.
You smell that?
Smells like rear gate to me.
I smell it. Some frisky.
Oh, he's talking in tongues.
For half a second, I thought he was going to start that owl on fire.
Just for no good reason. Just die.
Because
Burn.
everything else is burning, and I just thought I was going to connect. I was going to continue.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go without you. I did my duty in my pants.
I dutied all over the place. Or I will call the police.
I've been holding my duty for a very long time. Was hoping I could do your duty and my duty at the same time, maybe.
It's a symptom of my condition.
Double duty. I can't bleed, but I can poo.
Pooping's the only time I don't bleed.
Doctor says I've got a whole life of poo ahead of me, however long that is.
Oh, shit.
That was a little awkward, but
I don't think that guy even got a
I'm
slash.
engrossed. I want to know what happens.
Oh, shit.
Hell yes.
Fuck you! He's the manager.
I've always been a big fan of Dragoons in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Night of the blinding dawn.
Not even stinky piss, more like. I smelt it. You pissed right on my face. I smelt it.
Double jump.
Oh, nice. I like this. I like the combat. It looks very, very cinematic.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Get on my chocobo? Okay. Let's go, choke. Let's go.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
He's got tinnitus. Uh-oh. Cloaked figure. Trope. Trope. The dog will make it. I'll just tell you guys that. The dog will make it.
Good.
The dog is a big part of the combat system later on.
Is it Joshua's dog or Clive's dog?
It was the girl's dog, but
Oh.
then she get oh shit.
If he was Clive's dog, I would have called him Clive Barker.
Oh, nice. No, they killed the owl.
No!
Oh fuck.
Oof, rip. That's usually my blood.
I'm going to absorb it. I'll become stronger. Give me your blood, father.
No Wade. No Wade.
Oh, weird.
Oh Wade.
Oh, weird. Was he some sort of big fat person?
I've got to do my duty. Shit my pants. I got to do it for Dad. Oh fuck. I like audibly was laughing so hard when I heard that. I was like, wait, what? They're just straight up dropping F-bombs in this game?
We're going full Phoenix, dude.
Just that dude who's like,
Is this the
"Oh,
nine-tailed
fuck."
fox, dude? This Naruto?
Sage of the Sixth Path, dude?
Yo, I'm not trying to harsh your seas here. Seems like your bro's having a couple issues there, man. I mean, where I'm from, giant flaming phoenix is not too chill, bro.
Not too chill, dude. I'll do fireworks, bro. Oh, shit.
Oh, Chocobo, yeah, get him. Oh, fuck.
Hell yeah.
No, Chocobro.
No.
See, this is why he doesn't belong in this situation.
Oh, he's
Never,
good.
ever be put in harm's way.
Hell yeah, you better thank that chocobo.
Yeah.
She didn't save your life. She allowed you to live.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Oh, main character headaches.
Main character.
No, this is only the prologue. Ah!
Fireman.
Burning Man.
Oh, no, we have Burning Man, bro?
I am Johnny Storm.
Flame on! Oh, shit. Diablo?
Reet.
This dude just gets ashed. Just boom. Ah. Goodbye.
Nice, dude.
Then we pick up right at the beginning of the gameplay. But now we figure out who these characters are. We got bros.
Who's a Freet?
Clive.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had the main character headache and we turned into the second icon of fire.
Guess I just completely didn't notice that, like, visually happening.
Oh.
Leave me alone. I'm the Phoenix.
Leave me alone.
I just love
Well,
that
one is a
impact.
fire icon of creation, the other one's of destruction. Or maybe not creation, but rebirth. At least.
Birth, yeah.
Rebirth, yeah.
Phoenix is a huge part also of the lore of Final Fantasy, using Phoenix down to recuperate your character.
So just turn into a big kaiju fight, dude.
Yeah, it is. And it goes on pretty long, and it's super fun because you're realizing now, like, oh my god, I was just playing as a Phoenix fighting, this demon, and now you're like, oh, I'm Joshua. God dang. And I'm like trying to kill my own brother, Clive.
I'm fighting my brother.
He doesn't know us, Clive.
I know. He's like, who are you? Well, because you saw Clive kind of have the headache,
Yeah.
and now he doesn't.
Main character headache.
He can't even control his emotions, so he's just in
Right.
like a bloodlust right now. He's like, I gotta protect this kid, but he's like protecting him in like the worst way. He's like, I gotta stop him. So if Fritz like,
I'll
I'll just
protect
kill
him by murdering
yeah,
him.
I guess I'll just fight him, beat him to a pulp so he stops.
In theory, I mean, he's a phoenix, right? So, like, if you kill him, maybe he'll be reborn,
I like where your head's at, Eric.
Yeah. His head kind of looks like fucking Godzilla with antlers.
A little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
Fuck castle, dude. He's not here to protect the castle. He's here to protect your ass, dude.
Some of this is reminding me a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3, though.
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
If that's necessarily a bad thing, but just...
Some sequences in Kingdom Hearts 3, yeah.
I would think this is too badass for fucking Kingdom Hearts.
There's just some on-rail things that you had to do and shoot enemies off things, and in the Monsters Inc. world is what I'm thinking of. There's a sequence like that. This is very cinematic though, which I'm totally down for,
Yeah.
like these little cinematic moments. Because then you get to kind of listen to this awesome music and play out the sequence.
Most of the time, if you're going to see a summon, it's going to be for like maybe 10 seconds and then it's gone.
Yeah.
It's cool. We get to see like,
Do you like,
said, like a big kaiju fight.
but like Clive survives though, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. We played as an older version of him with a slave tattoo.
So like, do you think that's a good thing that you see that Clive survives, or would it? Do you think it might be better if it started with this, then you're not sure, and then it goes, and then you see this Clive?
It's hard to say. This gives us, more of a understanding of Clive's motivations and his pursuit and his loss of things.
Right.
Like loss of self.
That makes sense.
Where his character's at emotionally. Awakening. That's a cool move.
Link's Awakening.
Yep.
Phoenix.
I am the Phoenix. The Prenix.
Phoenix.
But we're the power of the Phonics.
Hooked on Phonics.
Hooked on Phoenix.
Hooked on Phoenix. Muzzy. Je suis la vie.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
So your health is completely full. Is that because you're like the Phoenix and you're like regenerating some health?
Oh, what's happening though, Wilson?
Damnation in
5.
Oh, do we spirit bombing your ass, dude?
Yeah, what do you think it is, Wilson? Call it out.
the health bar. Mm-hmm.
Watch this.
Classic.
Just gone. Health out of here. And then I come back to life, like Bradshaw said.
Nice. Spoils.
The victory theme just done as a orchestra or choir. Ho, 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 ho. Pew.
Squamps. Fucking Unibeam, dude.
Unibeamed him.
That's some Mothra shit right there.
Yeah.
That's some Yamcha looking shit right there.
Like the greens and the blues and the Phoenix. That's pretty cool.
Oh shit, now I'm mad.
I'm here to protect you.
Just let me help you, goddammit.
He was beating the shit out of it.
Wow.
Yikes.
So who just said that?
Clive.
5.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So he's gonna like kill himself, or like?
That's the thing. You're like, at this point, I'm not going to say for certain if I know what the situation's going on with Clive. Maybe you'll find out more. But we just know that Clive thinks he's responsible for the death of his brother.
Right. Maybe he'll be reborn again. You know?
Right, there's a lot of things they set up in this, like that person in the cloaked figure that whispered something to Clive, and he's like, "What?" We don't know who that is.
It would only make sense for a phoenix to come back.
Mm-hmm.
A young man. Booty up.
Oh, he died like Yamcha. What a bitch.
Face down, ass up.
She's always holding her mouth like, I smell stinky stuff.
Who this bitch again?
Joshua's mom, or
Oh,
the king's, I don't know, wife to be.
yeah.
Just a bitch.
Just a not nice lady.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought she was.
Hell yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yep. So there, that was.
Makes sense that it would be that too. Like Phoenix versus Ifrit, like two icons, two summons going at it. What this game's going to be about?
Right. And I was so down. I had no expectations going into this game. I was like, I heard a few rumblings of people that had played it, and they're like, "Wow, that was actually really good, a really good demo." And then I played it, and I was like, "Yeah, surprisingly, I enjoyed this. This and the Lies of P came out at the same time."
Loads of pee, dude.
Yeah, and then
Loads of people.
I waited to play this one, and I was pleasantly surprised with what I played, and I played it again for this recording. But yeah, I played as much as I could of the demo, and played like the icon challenge thing, where you play a good portion of like a little castle, dungeon kind of thing, and then there's like a little boss at the end of that. That's just really fun to explore more of the mechanics of the combat. But yeah, I was so hooked with the story too, like that brutal scene of just Clive massacring his whatever you called him,
Hemophiliac.
yeah, hemophiliac brother, and he's just crying out for Clive, and Clive can't do anything about it. Help me, Clive!
Right.
Help me! And just that felt to me like it was like on the same level of some Game of Thrones tragedies, you know, or like, oh, I feel so bad for this dude. Yeah, what'd you guys think?
That was cool. I wanna know more of the story.
Yeah. I want to see more. I like it. It's like, yeah, I can see some Game of Thrones kind of stuff in there with how they're trying to tell the story, which I like. Like like Eric said, like just sticking more to like hard fantasy rather than any kind of steampunk or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else?
I don't have a PS5, so I just gotta wait.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
This is all that I can experience of Final Fantasy XVI right now is just living it vicariously through other people's footage.
Gotcha. Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing that they have rights, or I don't know what this situation is really, but I know it is coming out in December. I just looked when we were watching. For Windows and Xbox.
Xbox?
So it shall come out for other systems in due
I know.
time.
Eventually.
But yeah, I'm super excited to jump into it. I think it comes out even today or tomorrow. Actually, I forgot.
June 22nd.
22nd. Yeah.
Tomorrow. So yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping into this game as my new pickup after doing Zelda
Pick up.
and other things. So yeah, that was our little overview of the demo. I enjoyed it, and yeah, hopefully we'll jump into some kind of gameplay like this in the future. I'm definitely looking forward to it.